Hello, everybody, and welcome to another great episode of the Gridiron Glory podcast with Tad and Will here. We're here today to bring you exclusive content and coverage of all 32 teams in the NFL. That's what we do here. So we're here to talk to you now about the Arizona Cardinals and the Los Angeles Chargers Monday Night Football, exclusively on ESPN Plus. This game was the first time they were doing that. And boy, did it live up to some pretty good hype. The Chargers, both defenses, definitely made a pretty good showing here in the first half. The Cardinals defense, especially, made a couple of big plays early on with the turnover they were able to force. But really, where things got really juicy and spicy was probably late in this game, where the Chargers did end up taking the lead, but then Kyler Murray on that last final drive was able to go down there, make some big plays, make some big throws, led the Cardinals to a walk-off last-second field goal. And Tad, based on what you were seeing in this game, where would you rank Kyler Murray amongst NFL starting quarterbacks?
Yeah, Kyler Murray had an interesting effort in the game, 14 of 26, 145, a touchdown, an interception. Also, 6 rushes for 64 yards and a touchdown, including an electrifying 44-yard touchdown run. So it was a very interesting game for Kyler. Not the highest of numbers, at least in the passing yards department, but he led the team to the win. He put together a game-winning drive when the team needed it. He made his plays. So there's a lot of questions out about just how good Kyler Murray is, and I think there's still a lot of unanswered questions, and we're hoping to get these answers as the season goes on. But this was a big step in the right direction in terms of taking leadership and winning a game. So I'd say he's definitely improving on his ranking. I mean, I don't know if I'd go as far as to say he's top 10 at this point, but I'd say he's definitely moving in the right direction.
Yeah, absolutely. I would definitely say he's moving in the right direction as well. He's coming out here and he's coming off of his injury from last year. He's coming out here now and putting these Cardinals teams and this Cardinal squad in positions to win games in late game clutch situations when you need him the most. I mean, if anything, he really proved his leadership on that last drive, in the face of adversity. You need a drive. You need to get your team down there. You're struggling already as a franchise. The morale, it's like, you're in prime time. You're there in front of your home fans. You needed a moment like that. And you rose up to it. Kudos to Kyler Murray there, because I was really impressed with him on that final drive. The clock management and everything. I mean, and Harbaugh came out with a really good game plan against this Cardinals team. Especially on the defensive side of the ball. It was really hard for them to get anything going. But the Chargers offense, they weren't able to get in the end zone.
Yeah, I mean,
the Cardinals defense really played a really good showing. James Conner really had some really big plays, and what's your take on James Conner in this game? Because I think it's a pretty good performance. He made some very flashy plays.
Yeah, and he also forced a fumble on the kickoff too. So just showing his role can be whatever they want it to be. Just an all-around good outing by James Conner. 19 carries, 101 yards, also 2 catches for 51 yards. He made some big plays in that football game, and he is a big part of this offense. He's a very underrated running back, one that doesn't get the recognition he probably deserves. I think he did very well against a very stout defensive effort from the Chargers, but he got by them and he made the plays that you have to make. I mean, he's definitely an upper tier running back. I mean, hard not to be impressed by a guy like James Conner and what he does.
Yeah, James Conner is certainly a vital piece to that Arizona offense. So very much a rebuilding Arizona team, and maybe even a rebuilding Chargers team. So an interesting game for both sides in that standpoint for this and how it turned out. But the Cardinals and their fans at home in prime time needed
A
that
big
win
win.
for the city of Phoenix and the state of Arizona. They got the job done. So they win it 17-15. Be sure to like, subscribe, and follow. Unless, Tad, you had any final takes or thoughts on this game?
Yeah, one quick thought on the Chargers, giving them a little mention. Cameron Dicker, their kicker, 5 for 5, 59 yards long, a very good effort for the kicker. And obviously, they and their fans, they want to see more of those possessions turn into touchdowns. But having a kicker reliable like that, that helps you out and it keeps you in games.
And yeah, I would probably rank among I'd probably rank him amongst NFL kickers. An above average kicker.
Yeah,
A
top
solid
10.
a solid enough NFL kicker.
I'd say top 10.
I mean, top 10. So like above
Yeah.
middle of the pack.
Yeah.
There you have it. All right, Cardinals win 17-15. Be sure to like, subscribe, and follow on the Gridiron Glory.